All right, today we're going to learn the halacha of what brocho you make on the beet juice. If you drink beet juice, what brocho you make? So the first place we see of that question is in the Gemara Brochas Daf Lametes. The Gemara says like this: Omar Rav Papa, pshitali. That's a door pashut. It says Maya the silka kesilka. The juice come out of the beets. It's like the beets itself. As Rashi says, the beets is a brocha adoma. The water of the beets is a adoma. Umaya the lifto kalifto. The water of the lefet is the pumpkin. The pumpkin is also the pumpkin brocha is adoma. The water come out of the pumpkin is adoma. Umaya the kulu shalke kulu shalke. Anything you cook, it says, that's the brocha. What comes out of the things you cook, the brocha is like the fruit itself, the vegetable itself. So the pashas from here lechoira mashma, the beet juice, any other juices lechoira, especially if it's cooked, lechoira mashma, the brocha is like the fruit. If the fruit is oetz, you're going to say oetz. If the fruit is adoma, you're going to say in the water adoma. Now, when we look at Shulchan Aruch, it's in the Reish Beis Halacha Yud, Peretz Sheshron of Mishlon B'mayim. And by the way, Sheshron meaning you soak them in the water, so the Mishnah Berurah brings at least 24 hours. That's already called pickling, or it's called shriya. After 24 hours, it takes some taste already from the water. Or Mishlon B'mayim. Aval Pishin Nichnas Boem Tama Pri B'mayim. En Mavarach Al Osam B'mayim Ela Shehakol. He says, even though you feel in the taste of the beet juice or any other fruit juice, after you already soak them in the water or you cook them, he says the bracha is shahakal. This halacha of the Shulchan Aruch is mamash hepech gemara meforeshes. How could he say that? So we see in a minute. V'arosh kosav the efshar shim nichnas tama pri b'mayim mevarach boire pri ha'etz. So he brings the sheet of the Rosh. It's more mashma like the Gemara. But also even the Rosh, he uses the Lashon, very soft Lashon, efshar, meaning he has a suffix. Possible, he says, that if you feel the tam of the fruits or the vegetables in the water, you might say the bracha of the fruits or the vegetables. So A, why the Shulchan Aruch bring the pashtus like Hepech HaGemara? B, why the Rosh brings the Lashon efshar? It's not efshar, it's vaday, like the Gemara says, pshitali Rav Papa said. So the Bes Yosef, the first one who right away felt this shaila. I mean, obviously he was before the Shulchan Aruch, the Tosfos, but that shaila, it says another shaila over here. The Gemara said before, all the water from all the fruits, they are zeya ba'alma. It's like sweat of. That's not a real fruit. The only time is exception to the rule from all the fruits and vegetables is grapes and olives. Over there, it's a different. We'll talk about another time. This is not zeya ba'alma, but all the other fruits and vegetables, the water that comes out of them, the juice, it's zeya ba'alma. Memela bracha is shakal. So how come Rav Papa telling you pshitali that Maya the silka, it's bracha of adama? So the Tosfos says, aval pishen bo'el mayim v'tam ha'yirokes mevarach alem kasher v'chal ha'yirokes. Avagav damrin liel demei peres zeya ba'alma hu. The Chayra is Dmei Peres Zeh Ba'almu. Tosfos answers two words, Yesh L'Chalek. It doesn't say what's the Chiluk, it says Yesh L'Chalek. Okay, we could, the first thing we could assume that's the nafkamina between Bishul and not Bishul. If it's tam, you squeeze out of the fruits and vegetables, the juice, that's going to be Zeh Ba'alma. Again, exception to olives and the grapes. And if you cook it, that's a different halacha. Okay, but still the Shulchan Aruch says bishlam b'mayim, and it's still over there. He says shahakol. The Gemara says it's birkas apri. So the Bes Yosef he brings the Rashba and he says like this. V'ladomi l'maya the shalkei dehanu kivan derov achilosan u'aledei shlika, meaning there's some fruits. Rov achilosan, you eat them stamazoy, and sometime you're going to go and cook them. But some fruits, rov achilosan, but they're beets. You don't usually eat or drink raw beets. It's the same thing. Potatoes are raw. They usually you cook them. Since there's keman rov achilosan, the shlika through bishul, through cooking, meishli kotzon kamoison. Only the exception to do the Reu Rashba learns the pshat in the Gemara, only such a fruits and vegetables. The only way you could eat them, most cases, will go by roiv. It's through cooking. Memela, those fruits and vegetables, their water is like themselves. Oh, kol mide, the less darker lemishleke, velo lemischate. It's very important lemischate. We're going to talk about in a minute. He adds over the word lemischate, to squeeze, to make a juice out of it. Let's talk about right now cooking. Whatever it's not the derech, it's not normal for that fruit and vegetable to cook it. It's not, if it's you cook it, then he says, ela lemichle beine. So if the stam fruit, normally you would eat them normally without cooking them. Orange, people don't cook oranges normally, and you decide to cook them and kem juice out of them. He says over there, the rule of the Papa says pshitali, the maya, the silka kesilka doesn't apply over there. Rapapa spoke only about things that the derech to cook them, like beets. The derech is to cook them, but oranges, the derech not to cook them. You could cook them, but that's not the derech. The water coming out of the orange is shakal. Since I mentioned the oranges, I didn't see it inside, but there's the Yadua, the shita of the Chazon Ish, orange juice. The shita of the Chazon Ish, you say boire prio etz. The choir, again, I didn't see inside, I can't argue much with that shita. Oranges, according to Chazon Ish, you're going to say boire prio etz. L'choira, where is coming from? I'll tell you where it's coming from. The Lashon of the Rashba. He says, Kol mida, the less darker, lemishlake, velo lemischatei. If the reason we say zeya ba'alma, that the juice of any fruits and vegetables is just sweat, it's not a real fruit. It's zeya ba'alma. When you say that klal, it's become shehakol, it's become downgraded from its original brocho, etz or adomo, to shehakol. He says when it's not the usual way to squeeze that fruit or vegetable, but if it's the usual way to squeeze it, Chazon Ish hold that most of the oranges planted for orange juice, it's very popular in the world, orange juice all over the world. The meile is darker lemischate, according to the Rashba, without cooking even, would be the brocha like the fruit, boire priho etz. So kind of comes out the sheet of the Rashba. It's nothing to do so much with cooking. The shita of the Rashba is to do what if it's usual to cook or to squeeze. The meile that will make the fruits like the fruit juice like the fruit. That will be hoetz. Okay, that's like I said. However, we're going to see loud lamaisa. I think everybody will be moide as we see. The Bach also says that at mitzad sofek brochas portion you're going to say shahakol and lamaisa, even though theoretically it would be hoetz. We're going to see in a minute. Then you bring the shita of the Rosh. The Rosh understood the Gemara differently. He says the Rosh says, "Varosh kosam amaydan may the kulu shilke keshilke, anything you cook and comes out the juice, it's like the fruit itself. Even though you're gonna right now have beet juice under their own, and you're drinking water, but still there's a tam. There's a taste into that beet juice from the beets. He says, "Mevorach alai boire pri adama." Yeah. V'ladomi lemei peiros. Damrin alei de zeh be'almahu. But the Gemara says mei peiros zeh be'almahu v'shemashke en lo tam apri. Normally, what you squeeze doesn't have exactly the taste of the fruit after you squeeze it. The efshar shem bishel apri. Again, he used the word efshar. In bishel apri v'nichlas tam apri b'mayim mevorach aleim. So when, according to the Rosh, when an orange juice, you're going to say boire prio etz, only if you cooked the orange juice. Then when you cook the fruit, there's more time of the fruit goes to the juice, then it's going to become boire. But if you didn't cook it, just squeeze it, it's shahakol. That's why halacha lemaisa taki on the orange juice, most of the world saying shahakol. I mean, I don't know what the Chazon Ish do, because mitzat sofek brochas. According to the shita of the Rosh, if you don't cook it, it's zeh ba'almu. And that's what really the Bach says, Ulina halacha nira the misfeika yesh levarach lefon of shahakol. All of this in Yonah that's totally b'machloikes, l'maisa you're going to say brocha shahakol. So according to this, here is the halacha in Shulchan Aruch. Peres sheshron or bishlon b'mayim, he talks about regular peres and darkon b'bishul. Not silke, nothing that you normally would cook. Afa b'shin nichnas b'tama pri b'mayim, enam v'vorach al oisa amayim ela shahakol. That's shit of the Rashba. That's how we learn pshat in the Gemara. V'harosh kosav de'efsher shimnechas b'tam ha'pri b'mayim u'ver b'ore priyo etz. And by the way, on this efsher, the Taz says arichus advorim. I'm not going to go to the whole thing. He says that efsher is b'derech halimud Rav. The Lemaisa says anything according to the Rosh you cook, and that water gives tam in the fruit. The brocha would be like the fruit of the vegetable itself. Now here is how I saw this by the Lemaisa, the Halacha, how the Alter Rebbe and also the Mishnah Berurah, they all learn the same pshat. When we say, by the beets, l'kula alma is poshut, the Rashba also masking to it. Beet juice, if it was cooked, and shtitz darko bekach, that's how you cook it, the brocha and the beet juice would be boire pri ha'adam. When we say that, here's the bottom line, there's a lot of arichos hadvarim. The bottom line says that when we say with the brocha of the juice, it's like the fruit itself, what the Gemara Rapapa says, he says only if you made it to eat the silka, the beets, and the water together, then it's become part of the fruit. Even then, you drink the juice by itself, you're going to still adam because you cooked it to eat the beets and to benefit from the water. But let's say you do it, that you cook the beet juice just for the juice. You're going to throw away the beets afterwards, which is such a thing. I think in by some people by Pesach they make borscht. They don't even use the beets. They just use the water. And I think in the Russian there is a beet kvass they have. So over there they don't use bichlal the whole cooking of the beets and getting out the water out of it. It's for the juice itself. Lekula alma says the Alter Rebbe and the Mishnah Berurah v'shehakol. So again, let's summarize halacha. If you cook something, you could make a soup out of beets, out of potatoes, and you want to eat them both. The potato and the juice comes out of it. Then the juice over there will be ha'adama. But if you're going to cook it just for the water, then the bracha is shakal. So the conclusion, all the fruit juice that was not cooked, the shakal, besides, that's to be yotze from all the opinions, besides grapes and olives, there will be shakal. If it was cooked and you have in mind to eat the fruit and the juice, if it's darko bekach, like beets, the only way you could eat, most people eat, but through cooking, then the bracha of the juice and the bracha of the fruit, the vegetable, would be ha'adama. But if you just cooked it and you throw away the beets, you just cook for the water, then it's shahakal. Just one more thing from the Ben Ish Chai, if somebody cutting a watermelon, it's very practical. Now, comes after you cut a lot of watermelons, a lot of juice over there. If you're going to drink the juice on its own of the watermelon, then it's shakal l'kula alma. It says l'kula alma, but that's what you should do. Whenever there's machlokes, sav grochas lokel shakal. But if you're going to say adamo on the watermelon, and then you're going to drink a little bit of the water, that's also b'pashtus yotze with the adamo, because it's bottled now to your bracha adama, what you said on the watermelon. Okay, shkoyach.